balls or bats. Yeah, it did get wonky, and I just had to do it all over again there, Josh. So I'm back on YouTube. Try to see if it works again, and maybe you can talk on there. The Giants are playing poach running back Jashawn Corbin off the Carolina Panthers. Practice squad, 2022 undrafted free agent at Texas A&M. Good. Yeah, this is a guy, I guess they need other running backs. I saw that he's only 23. Good for him. Oh, and Brees Hall posted, it's been a year since I tore my ACL, and everybody thought that he had torn it again. So Jets fans were going crazy, like, oh my God. But it was only just saying, it's been a year. And Robert Salas and the Giants are very, very impressive on defense. Yes. Straight to the Super Bowl. Yeah, okay. So Jets are going to the Super Bowl. Zion Williamson is going to be the NBA MVP. Let me look up Zion Williamson, see if they show he lost all this weight, because I haven't really followed, but basketball as much. I just want the Lakers to keep losing. So let's see. Is he very svelte? Yeah, let's see. He's in a good space. That's Fox News. So let's I don't count that as news. That's fake news. So we don't watch that. Yes. In a good space. He's in a much better space. Yes, he's in a much better space. Yes. Yeah. Yes, and he's playing good basketball. Yes, we put in the work. Show some progress. I guess he still can run. He still looks. Yeah, he looks the same. Doesn't look too heavy. He looks the same. Yeah. Okay, let's see if listen, I am not a Duke fan, but I am a huge Zion Williamson fan. So look it up and say sorry. So I have to look it up and say sorry. You see, I do a lot of material all over the place. So I like how you just jump on that there, Bumbles. That, he's in great shape, and I looked this up and just drop this. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're so wonderful and so great that it brings tears to my eyes. So thank you. Yeah, there was 0 sacks last night at Kirk Cousins. Purdy had some bad interceptions. Did you see? I tried to watch. I'll tell you, the Manning cast was terrible. And I love Manning cast, but I can't watch Aaron Rodgers talk. He just this arrogance about him. There's just this smugness that drives me crazy. I'm not a fan at all of him. So yeah, we're back. All right, Josh, you're back. That's good to know. And then he had on Klay Thompson, and they did show a funny clip of Draymond Green playing in the Michigan State spring game where he couldn't get off the line of scrimmage. He actually looked terrible. And then they had on Tiffany Haddish, who I like a lot. And, it's interesting. She said she grew up in a foster home, and they didn't know what to say to her. They're like, she's grew up. She's had a tough life, and she's persevered and then some. But I felt like they are reaching the bottom of the barrel. Which quarterback was better in the Bills-Pats game? Was it? He's going here with me. So Mac Jones. Yeah, you also aren't a Josh Allen fan. Well, I think Sean McDermott's, they're 4-3 this year. They're 1-3 in one-score games, and they have as many losses this year as last year. And Mac Jones had a very good second half. But they just lost Marcus Jones, their returner, defensive guy, all that stuff, jack of all trades. So who was the better quarterback on Sunday? Mac Jones definitely the second half, but, scored a touchdown with 12 seconds left. They got the win. A game the Bills had no right losing. And I know Bills Mafia has to be like, what is happening with our franchise? Where I feel like the Pats aren't going anywhere. Come on. I think Mac Jones, he's all right. I don't think he's a lot of talent around him. I think that's the thing where I think the Bills have a shitload of talent on that team. And why are they not? I didn't get to see a lot of the game on Sunday, dude. I'll be honest with you. Sunday so I didn't see enough. But you weren't the first person. My friend Broccoli Rob also said that he feels the Bills are highly overrated. He thinks Josh Allen is highly overrated. I like Josh Allen. I just feel like that team, after blowing out the Dolphins, stunk it up. And the Jags are a good team. They're also a Jag team where they didn't play very well. And then they stunk it up against, they didn't look good against the Giants either. He did not have a good game. He has not been very good, Josh Allen. I concur with you. He has not been very good. But am I going to say Mac Jones? Mac Jones was the better quarterback in the second half, but I'm going to take Josh Allen in the season. I don't know what you're talking about, the Jets. You just wrote Jets, so I need more than that. Yes, your one-word answers. I can't read minds. That is not my thing, but If you could elaborate more, I'd love to hear. Yeah. Well, I'm not taking Zach Wilson. I'll tell you that much over those two guys. Yeah, the Jets have 3 losses. I don't understand what that means. Okay, so the Jets have 3 losses, and so do the Bills. But the Bills have played one more game because they haven't had their bye yet. And the Jets beat the Bills opening day. Yes. So the Jets are better than the Bills, is what you're saying. Okay. I still don't think so. I think the Jets offense is still it's still ugly. That offense is ugly. I mean, they don't get touchdowns. But then again, I don't think the Bills are playing that good. The Dolphins haven't really beaten anybody. They've beaten crappy teams. When they play good teams, they've lost. And they had 10 points on Sunday, the greatest show on grass, as they like to say. And the Eagles beat them, and the Jets beat the Eagles. So the Jets have had some very good wins this season. Yes. Yes, they've had some very good wins this season. Now, they got to go in. They have to beat the Giants. They have to beat the Giants. Giants are not a good team. Giants should have lost to the Commanders, or they, maybe should have won. But that was not a pretty game. And so I guess we're going to see going forward what that is. So San Francisco started off 5-0. They lost back-to-back to Cleveland and Minnesota, and they get the Bengals at home this coming week. Yeah. Dolphins can't beat teams that can stop the run. So you're saying the Dolphins can't beat teams that can stop them from running? Well, they don't really have Mostart didn't yet, and Auction got hurt, so he's out, and Waddle got hurt, and Tyreek Hill, they still couldn't stop it. He got a touchdown. Well, that's usually most. Well, I. So you're saying you think that the Dolphins, once the running game goes, that Tua can't carry that team? Is that what you're saying to me? And yeah, I thought the Dolphins looked out of whack on Sunday. They looked good at times. I thought the Eagles should have blown them out, let them get in the game, and then at the end, and again, Hurts did not have a great game. Did not have a great game. I saw something I was reading today about the influx of jerseys once Messi got traded, came to play in the U.S. for the MLS, and how hard it was because it was a pink jersey and everything. And his jersey sales on Fanatics was second only to Jalen Hurts. That's how big Jalen Hurts is right now. And I feel like the Eagles started off. I feel like they've looked off. Well, they lost our offense. They said Sean Stecken hurt for them to lose him, and Jonathan Gannon hurt for them. Yeah, the Dolphins can't play with certain teams. They have to go. They have to be in a They have to be able to. Yeah, can they not play with Philly because Philly is a more balanced team than they are? Well, when they're firing on all cylinders, the Dolphins, they're pretty unbeatable. I mean, they put up. I mean, I know it was against the Pats. I mean, the Broncos. They put up 70, but yeah, you know what? It's also. I think the Dolphins, certain teams, they haven't been able to play well against good teams because good teams slow them down. And, they know they have to go to Tyreek Hill. And sure, they'll give up a couple passes here and there, but Waddle got hurt. That affected them. And you're right. And I don't think the running game took a backseat this game. Yeah, I'm curious how this is going to work out the rest of the season. I mean, there are a lot of Tua bashers. A lot of people just don't think Tua is that good a quarterback. And I feel like he's hot and cold. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to see if they go deep. And their defense. That's another thing. The defense gives up, they don't have a rock-solid defense. That's another thing. You give up a lot of points. You score a lot of points, give a lot of points. Whereas the Eagles, get pressure on the quarterback. I mean, that kid Carter is going to be phenomenal. That rookie out of Georgia, they have a lot of talent. And they just picked up Kevin Byard from Tennessee, who they gave him some draft picks. So they just solidified more their secondary, the Eagles, which is only going to help them going forward. And that Hurts is going to work out his interceptions, all that stuff. We'll see. Yes. You know what? You got a point to that. You know what? That's a good point. But I think the Chargers offense was more prolific even than this Dolphins offense. That's what I think. Well, they did make the AFC Championship game a couple times, but yes, they got to the playoffs, and the Dolphins beat them. The Raiders, there was a year they were favored. The Raiders beat them in the playoffs. Remember they played the coldest game ever against Cincinnati. They froze their asses off, got their asses kicked. They went to a bunch of championship games, but they never went to that Super Bowl. Yeah, they went. Listen, they went to championship games. So I wouldn't say they didn't go anywhere, but they couldn't win the big one. I mean, they had great teams, just they couldn't. The offense was overpowering, and the defense never really kept up with all. Look at Marino. I thought Marino never had a defense that complemented his offense, and maybe that's the same problem here with the Dolphins. That the defense is okay, good, but they're not keeping up. And yeah, I'm curious how this is going to work out with the Dolphins because they look so good sometimes, they look so bad. But look at San Fran last 2 weeks haven't looked great, and Purdy has looked like and has looked kind of like that he can be beat. And also, you see that. So you're saying it's one. Josh says it's one piece of the offense, the quarterback, but the quarterback is the guy who has the ball in his hands every single play. Josh, every single play, and I disagree with that. He is the guy running the offense every single play, and yeah, they're just not clicking. There's something missing where maybe they're running up tempo and everything, and let Tyreek get his catches. He got that one touchdown where it was a beautiful pass, double coverage. He beat everybody, in the end zone, but he didn't really hurt him. He didn't really burn him after that. I mean, he had a couple of catches, but it seemed like they had a lot of 3 and outs against the Eagles, a lot of 3 and outs. And I guess we're going to see what happens going forward. But, watching, Brock Purdy yesterday had some bad interceptions and they were outplayed. I know, and McCaffrey had a couple touchdowns, but he also had a fumble in the red zone early in the game, which, that touchdown, you think back, and Moody missed a field goal, and they got close. And then Purdy threw another interception in the game. That was it. And they didn't get any pressure on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins got his top 10 chain from Justin Jefferson, and now they're 3-4, and they're back in it. And the Niners, I mean, that's the thing. This year, it's anybody's, like you said, the Jets are 3-3. Why not? Why not if they keep going? And if Rodgers can miraculously come back this season, right, then we'll see what happens, right? I mean, there's a chance. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a chance. Oh, and tonight is the NHL. Isn't tonight is like red zone NHL, where every game is going to be 15-minute stagger time? What are they calling it tonight? Yeah, NHL tonight is. Where is it? No, that's not what I want. Oh, they overturned the ban on players using rainbow-colored tape on sticks. Yeah, so every game is staggered 15 minutes. NHL games tonight. Yeah, there's something special tonight. I'm trying to. That is not what I want. Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's a red zone kind of thing. Yeah, NHL games tonight. And Frozen Frenzy. So you can watch tonight. Tonight's the Frozen Frenzy. All 32 teams, red zone style hockey show. 32 teams, 16 games, one night, Tuesdays. All 32 clubs are playing on the same night as NHL is bringing nonstop action, 15 minutes apart, with the Maple Leafs versus Capitals starting a triple-header at 6 p.m. and the Flyers versus Golden Knights set to wrap up the evening with a puck drop at 11 p.m. 7 ESPN Plus 7 to 8, ESPN2 from 8 o'clock, limited commercial breaks and bathroom breaks, a lot of chicken parm breaks. First time every team plays on a weekday, staggered starts. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I like that. The NHL Frozen Frenzy. Say that 5 times fast. Yes. Frozen Frenzy. Thank you, Josh. Yes. I saw that. I was like, that's cool as shit. And last year, in one score games, the Vikings were 11-0. This year they're 3-4 in one score games. Really? Crazy, right? 3-4 in score games. Kirk Cousins, 378, 2 touchdowns, interception. Purdy threw for 272. Addison had a hell. 7 for $123, 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey had 96 yards, 18 touches, 2 touchdowns. Hawkinson had 11 catches, 86 yards. And Bynum from Minnesota, 9 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 pass breakups. Damn. Yeah. And McCaffrey now has touchdowns in 16 straight games. Second most all-time. Well, most in the Super Bowl era, but second all-time. But Lenny Moore had 17 straight games with a touchdown. Yeah. And the Niners held to 17 points or fewer in back-to-back games for the second time in the last 5 seasons. Also happened in 2020, weeks 9 and 10 versus the Packers and Saints. They had their chances. They didn't get it done. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, Kirk Cousins does have a nice arm, and he's going to make a fortune next year. Oh, and the play didn't work, and you saw Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings coach, on the sideline go, "Fuck." I was like, yeah, I like that. I like when he gets angry like that. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey. Listen to this. This is from Josh DeBoat. Made his debut for 49ers 1 year ago today. 24 touchdowns since then in the regular season playoffs, plus thrown for another 25 touchdowns he's been responsible for. That's crazy. And the Niners, I love these stats. They were 1 for 19, the defense, on 3rd and 10 this season, and then they gave a first down. Yeah, and 50 said, this is from what Scott Caxmore said, 57 of the 59 weeks in the NFL, of the last 59 weeks, NFL at least one team win after trailing by 10 plus points. Hadn't happened this week, and it did not happen this week. And what I see that Lane Johnson streak of not allowing a sack ended. First sack he gave up was to the Dolphins, to Jalen Phillips. First sack since week 11, 2020. So they traded safety Terrell Edmonds, a 2024 fifth rounder, a 2024 sixth rounder to the Titans for Byard, who was born in Philly, never missed a game in 8 seasons with the Titans. He was first team All-Pro in 2017, 2021. He's, as a Pro Football Focus, 67.3, 30 years old, 27 interceptions since entering the league in 2016, and the third most in the NFL over that time period. He's an upgrade. He'll play alongside Reed Blankenship, dealing with a rib injury, and rookie Sidney Brown. And Derrick Henry could be gone too, but I don't think that's going to happen. And the brotherly shove for the Eagles, 17 to 20, 85%, including 6 for 6 in their own territory. And Nick Sirianni says people can't do it like we can do it. Yeah, few teams can. And they said, why are the Titans giving away top-tier talent, him and A.J. Brown, to the Eagles and getting basically draft picks? And Micah Parsons said that Travis Kelce plays better when Taylor Swift's at the game. He's averaging 100 yards per game when Swift is at the game, 46.5 when she's not. Thank you, JPA Football, for that one. And Nick Bolton for the Chiefs will have surgery to repair dislocated wrist that he broke in the 31-17 win over the Chargers. In the fourth quarter, he pursued and corralled Keenan Allen after a short catch. He attempted to bring the Chargers receiver to the turf. Defensive end Felix and Udike Uzoma rallied to the ball and crashed on top of Allen and Bolton. Well, and that was it right there. 2-month recovery around Christmas. We ran for the final. They won 6 after losing the opener. Or third-year receiver, 3 felony charges of criminal damage of more than $25,000. They're saying it was it might have been domestic violence. I'm like, dude, really? What's up with these guys? I mean, come on. What are you hitting women for? Why? You get upset at somebody. Go to the gym, take a boxing class, leave, walk away. And Bill Barnwell, Falcons are 13th in EPA per play so far this season, 10th in points per possession. They've taken a step forward. 4th in yards per game allowed, 9th in points per game allowed. One of the best defenses in getting off the field in third down, 3rd and third down conversion percentage allowed, and 4th down conversion percentage allowed. So, hey, but you have a shitty coach in Arthur Smith, and you have a quarterback in Desmond Ridder who really shouldn't be a starting quarterback. But, they need, and Bijan Robinson was fine after being limited by headaches versus the Bucs. And the NFL reached out, why wasn't he put in the, why wasn't he reported per league policy? If a player's, if anything's happened to the player, but he didn't play until 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Wasn't feeling well. Said his head was still bothering. He neither tested for a concussion nor administered a COVID test. Well, maybe something had to happen. 11 snaps, no targets, 1 touch, a 3-yard run. So if you had him as your on fantasy, you were screwed. Yeah, not good. And the Ravens now the only team in the NFL to score first in every game. That ended the 49ers streak because the Vikings scored first. Titans haven't received any significant interest for Derrick Henry. I guess we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I guess we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I mean, A.J. Brown, Kevin Byard to the Eagles. A.J. Brown has been phenomenal for the Eagles. I mean, he's been damn good. And the highest pass rush win rate, Pro Football Focus, Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, Trey Hendrickson, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Carter 5, which is a rookie, Parsons, Aaron Donald, Bryce Huff, Chris Jones, and Chase Young. Pretty good. And Frank Reich, who is not even the coach with the Colts anymore, hosted his annual Not Today event in Indy to raise funds to fight child sexual abuse. They auctioned off a Shaquille Leonard signed football. It's nice. And I love this. Levy Damien. Tom Brady rings with Josh McDaniels as OC 3. Tom Brady rings without Josh McDaniels as OC 4. Josh McDaniels playoff wins without Brady as his quarterback 0. And Josh Jabot said they're scoring 15.7 points per game. 4 teams are worse, and the average is 20.5 per game. So they're not really playing good football right now. And I guess, is it going to be Aiden O'Connell or is it going to be Brian Hoyer this coming week? We'll see. I talked about Marcus Jones. News broke that he suffered a shoulder injury. He's out for the season. And Troy Brown accidentally revealed the news when speaking to the media about the progress of rookie Demario Douglas as the team's punt returner. Matthew Judon, Christian Gonzalez, the rookie out of Oregon, who was playing very well, and season-ending injuries. And Christian Watson, he kind of fell weird, but he said he's okay. He shouldn't miss any time. It didn't look good. And Chris Olave was arrested for reckless operation of motor vehicle yesterday, 35 miles over the posted speed limit. So that. Dawson Knox, wrist out indefinitely. Dalton Kincaid, the rookie out of Utah, to play more snaps. Yeah, he had 8 catches, 75 yards in the loss to New England. He'll do a lot more playing snaps. And Von Miller, again, limited on practice on Monday, only 6 snaps against the Patriots. Yeah, Mike McDaniel said that Isaiah Wynn is going on like IR. He's going to miss they play the Patriots this week. Then they go to Germany to play Kansas City before the bye week. So he's going to miss at least 4 games. And they said Robert Jones, if healthy, will compete. They'll be on Hard Knocks in season this year. 13 after the Colts and Cardinals. I didn't watch any of that. I watched Hard Knocks during the season, but I didn't really watch this stuff. I was like, okay. They're currently 5-2. After the loss, they hold a 1-game lead over the Bills. They host the Patriots in Week 8 before traveling, as I said, to play Kansas City. And they said the refs. This is from Nate Tice. He said, what's annoying him is referees right now in the NFL. He said, missing a call happens. Refs have trouble. You know that, but the understanding of game operation has been widely inconsistent between crews on stuff that simply should not be difficult. Jake Liskow said, missing penalties is one thing, but getting procedural stuff wrong and screwing with teams' timeouts and allowing sub-challenges when a team is going with tempo is fundamental failure. Yeah, I've seen that a lot where they're like, oh, you can't, and teams are going with speed and they're stopping the flow of the game. It's a little messy. And I feel they've missed a lot of calls. That was not pass interference. I feel like the refs have missed a lot more calls. I feel like it's been a lot messier, and Brett Maher missed 2 field goals and an extra point released by the Rams. Deshaun Watson, MRI on his shoulder. It doesn't seem like he's going to play. It looks like it might be P.J. Walker, and Jerome Ford is out 2 weeks with an ankle injury. You got Nick Chubb out, so it looks like right now he scored on the 69-yard touchdown of the first series. So Kareem Hunt is going to be the guy. And the Commanders haven't took new contract with Montez Sweat, who looked like he was in the backfield all game against the Giants. Chase Young has been pretty goddamn good this season. So I guess there could be some trades coming up if the Commanders go down and out. And Tyson Bagent is going to make his second start. They go against the Chargers. He wasn't bad. And he had a higher passer rating, 97.2 in his first career start than Bryce Young had in any of his 5 starts. Rashawn Johnson expected to return. Missed 2 games with concussion. And the Seahawks lost their best edge player, outside linebacker, Uchenna Nwosu, to season-ending surgery for a torn pectoral. He was the MVP last season, 2-year, $19 million contract. after joining from the Chargers. Career high in sacks was 9.5 last year. Tackles for loss 12, which led to a new 3-year extension for $53 million at the. He joined on a 2022 and a $19 million contract. Then signed a new extension for $53 million. 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. And I saw this from. I'm following a new person. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. So all these people. Oh, yeah. People getting upset if you cheat. Yeah. Okay. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure thing. Yeah. I'm just, this whole thing. Crying all the Ohio State fans crying. Mills RX. I'm following now. They're ER nurse, Dr. PhD, injury news desk, soccer injury analyst for the Fantasies, Ravens Flock, all this stuff. So I'm like, I like your stuff. Interestingly enough, it brings the total 6 players now dealing with torn pectoral muscles this season, which is a disturbing trend, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, I was like, wow, that's a 6th one? Avante Maddox, C.J. Garner-Johnson, Daquan Jones, Ardarius Washington, Marcus Williams, and now Nwosu. Maddox, Garner-Johnson, and Nwosu are all season-ending. One potentially season-ending in Daquan Jones, and one IR with Washington. Daquan Jones plays on who? That's what I was looking up. Daquan Jones. Bills, yes. Oh, Milano. Him and Milano got injured. Yes. Cowboys aren't going to reach out. They said they're good with what they have. Marvin Harrison would have been a top 10, top 5 receiver in the NFL this year. That's what they say from NFL Rookie Watch. He is. He's damn good. 76 catches. 766 receiving yards. Second in the Big Ten in receptions and receiving touchdowns. He is a hell of a player. Yeah. Whoever get him, it's going to be good for them. We'll see what happens on that front. Kareem Jackson got a 4-game suspension without pay. He's gonna fight that. Zach Ertz is going to IR for 4 weeks. Yeah, and why UNC sucks. So after the game, they said that they didn't get the football to Amarian Hampton enough. Yeah. Enter the game, Virginia's run defense was rated as the 2nd worst in the ACC. Across UVA's 5 losses, opponents rushed for an average of 183 yards on 40 carries, including 287 by Tennessee in the season opener. He had 76 yards on 14 carries. Second half, 5 carries for 36 yards. He went without a touch for the final 8:51 of game time. How do you do that? How do you just go away from one? And they said, we should have run the ball. We should have run on certain plays, even Drake May. And you didn't do it. Why do you have a running back who, at 200 yards, he gets stronger? You don't want to hit him by the end of the game. I don't get it. Now they're going to go, I'm just like, I don't want to I read all this stuff. I don't care. They're going against Georgia Tech, who's given up 227 yards per game. Only North Texas has given up more rushing yards than the Georgia Tech this season. I mean, Jesus Christ. I see that shit. I'm like, oh, my God, guys. Really? Enough already. And thank God for the Bulls. They'll be able to use coach-to-player communication technology in non-college football playoff bowl games this year. The whole sign sealing and everything. They said that it'll be the specific type of trial run will take place during bowl season, still to be determined by the FBS conference administrators, including what kind of technology, from in-helmet communication to wristband communication tools. They said, get this stuff, and it's all gone. You can't steal signs and stuff. Maybe you do that in the future, and that's a good thing. I said, not a bad thing at all. No, not a bad thing at all. Maybe that's a smart way to go about things. Yes. Yeah. And they're saying that McCarthy is up. Could be a Heisman, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jaden Daniels, Dylan Gabriel, Michael Penix Jr. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see what's going to happen there. And Stuart Mandel says Sione Vaki is a guy who has been really good for Utah. That, if they didn't have him, he helped save the season. And Dane Brugler, Jaden McCarthy, said was quarterback 3 into the season. He said, eager to see what he'll do against Penn State and Ohio State defenses in a few weeks. 56% of his pass attempts have resulted in a first down or touchdown, which ranks number 1 in the FBS. Yeah, Wes Rucker said, I love that Michigan allegedly had this elaborate scheme to scout signs, but but Connor Stallions bought tickets in his own name for games at 11 Big Ten stadiums and forwarded them to others. Did Stallions also write them personal checks with illegal video scouting on the line? Yeah. Here's, if and I saw a thing in the Athletic that said if true, the scheme would break two rules specifically: one, outlawing in-person off-campus scouting of opponents; another, bans recording an opponent's signals in any way. Yet in the main story, industry sources told the Athletic no one knows how the NCAA will handle this. Harbaugh, despite denying any knowledge of the scheme, feels ripe for more punishment here, partly due to his history, where he got in trouble with some with some recruiting during COVID or something. Yeah, it'll probably take place sometime. We'll put a damper on the season. Right now, the number one national title odds. He's been very active over the past 3 years, they said. 30 games at 11 different Big Ten schools over that span the last 3 years. None of the tickets to the 11 schools involved Michigan as an opponent, though they featured either one or both of the teams the Wolverines will be facing later in the year. And sources tell Pete Thamel and Schlalbach that the tickets purchased by Stallions were forwarded to at least three different people in different areas of the country, which hints at the breadth of the operation. Video evidence of electronics prohibited by the NCAA to steal signals in a significant paper trail. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Why would he have it? Why would he? This guy was a former military guy who, wouldn't he be more clandestine about this? Wouldn't he be more secretive? Wouldn't he be more on the DL, like, buying tickets under his own credit card, all this stuff? If you're going to get caught and there's a paper trail and there's pictures saying that last year you could see they had things on there, the wristbands with the plays and stuff on it, their pictures and all that stuff. I mean, listen, and now everybody's going to cry that they didn't play fair. Well, it might get messy. Yeah, there's photos from last year's game that Stallions is right next to Michigan defensive coordinator Jesse Minter when Ohio State has the football, and right next to the then offensive coordinator Sharon Moore when Michigan had the football. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a laminated sheet of somebody making signals held by a member of Michigan staff at the Ohio State game last year. I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens. Sounds messy. Very messy. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand, if that's the case, why he would do that. I just don't get it. Why would he? I would be more secretive about it. And, I wouldn't be that out in the open. And if it did happen, then Harbaugh has to know. And next week's the college football playoff, the first playoff rankings. Could we see a different number one from the AP? Could. Georgia's number one is one of two AP ranked team with only one win against a team with a winning record. And same thing, who's Michigan played that has a winning record? Oh, Rutgers. Rutgers is a winning record, but they played all shit teams. And UNLV. In each of the college football playoff era besides 2014, at least two teams ranked in the top four of the initial ranking made the playoff. Florida State was the only team to remain in the top four from beginning to end in the playoffs' inaugural year in 2014. The team that debuted number one in the rankings has ended there just 4 times, once by Clemson, 3 by Bama. In each of Oklahoma's 4 college football playoff appearances, the Sooners were not initially ranked in the top 4. OU has been the most likely to jump in college football eligibility after off its biggest jump from 15-4 in 2015 college football ranking number 2. And the Sun Devils may not be playing. They're 1-6, 0-4, but 4 conference games. They trailed USC by 6 points. And then the Cowboys had to pull within a field goal against Cal in the fourth quarter after trailing all game. Tied Colorado with less than a minute remaining. They had to kick a 43-yard field goal to win it and held Michael Penix Jr. to 0 touchdowns. And they outgained Washington, but they give up pick 6. And after playing Washington State, they'll be tested with a stacked schedule. The number 13 Utah, number 23 UCLA, and Oregon at home before ending their season by hosting Arizona. I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe even take an upset in one of these late season Pac-12 games. We'll probably go to TNN after, which is probably true. And Kevin Sumlin got arrested for DUI over the weekend, and Justin Spears said, dude, $17 million in buyout money between Arizona and Texas, A&M. I mean, pay for an Uber, dude. Pay for an Uber. No? That's what I say. And UT San Antonio football coach Jeff Traylor hurt his finger in a rat trap that he gave his players. Dude, rat traps, there's nothing good that comes out of a rat trap. I think you have to find different things to motivate your players. But a rat trap, that snaps down pretty fast. Bad things happen. Yeah, I would say stay away. And right now, first team reps for Malik Murphy and Arch Manning with Texas. I guess we're going to see what happens on that front. Yes, Frozen Friend. Yes. Thank you there, Josh. I wanted Hal on for a couple minutes to talk, but I think he's too busy. Iowa finished with the FBS's least productive offense is pretty much likely. Currently 0.1 yards per play away from 131 in the country. They still have to play top 60 defenses. Illinois, Northwestern, I didn't think they were that good. I mean, they're not having a great season, well, Northwestern especially. And top 20 defenses, Nebraska and Rutgers, plus possibly a top 5 defense in the Big Ten title game. You know, Brian Ferentz, they have to score 325 points this season. Through 8 games, they scored 156, averaged 19.5. Yeah, 16. And so well short of the 25 it needs to average over a 13-game schedule. 16 of those points are defensive or special team scores. And you got Phil Parker on defense, the defensive coordinator, turns 3-star prospects into NFL draft picks. And, you know, Kirk Ferentz likes to say his joke about his favorite game was an Iowa beat Penn State 6-4. And that's what Ari Wasserman said on The Athletic, said, you know what? They are atrocious to watch. It's an embarrassment to the fans, the product he puts out there. I mean, that he's happy winning game 15-6. They were down 12 yards of offense in the second half. I mean, they're not even – I mean, this is a team that, you know, could be really good. I mean, I know they lost Chade McNamara, but still, I mean, ugly season, to say the least. Very ugly. Okay, so we got tonight the Nuggets hosting the Lakers. Defending champs are 16-4. Jokic averaged a triple-double. Denver's won 9 of the last 12 meetings versus the Lakers. He's averaging a triple-double during that span. Lakers have won opening days in 2016. I know Michael Malone was trolling the jokes he's thinking of retiring LeBron. Malone is introduced as the Lakers' daddy. Yeah, LeBron is all upset. Father Time always wins, guys. But good luck. Good luck this season. I mean, good luck here. And then the Sons of the Warriors with Chris Paul, who's not getting any younger. You got an older team right there. No Draymond Green. The Suns are talking about Durant and Kevin Booker and Chris Paul's debut against who won't yet introduce Beal, but we'll have. So Beal is not. Bradley Beal is still out. What's up with Bradley Beal? I didn't know he was hurt. Bradley Beal is missed season opener. Expected to be without him. He is injured with a lower back tightness. Okay, no, all right there. And the Knicks are willing to offer a package that includes 3 key players with Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Evan Fournier, and Mitchell Robinson all available for Joel Embiid. Yeah. Come on. Really? Think it's really going to happen? Yeah. Joel Embiid's not going anywhere. And that's a lot to give up. And then you got to have players around him. But the Brooklyn Nets are a 2.5 home underdog against Cleveland on opening night. They're going to play Cleveland and Dallas. Brooklyn Bridges, Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell will go against Darius Garland, Luka Doncic, who is, I don't know if he's going to play, but he's got that calf injury. And Kyrie Irving. Yes. The Nuggets win it again. Bucks. Well, he got an extension. They talked about that he wasn't going to sign it. 3 years, $186 million for Giannis. You have Lillard, Chris Paul with the Warriors, Drew Holiday with the Celtics, Bradley Beal with the Suns, Marcus Smart, Grizzlies. That's going to be big because you can have 25 games without John Morant. James Harden, I mean, let it go on. 15 nationally televised games up from 6 last year. They are very excited about that. Giannis has a player option 2027-28. I'm very curious what Wemby's going to do this year. I mean, I think he'll be pretty damn good, and we'll see how that goes. And so that's a nice contract for Giannis. Because of the over 38 rule in the CBA, he can sign a short-term deal again with the Bucks in 2026, another 4-year extension in 2028. He won a championship, won Finals MVP, 2-time champ. He averaged 31 points 2 years ago. He's a hell of a player. He's won an MVP, Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. One of 3 players, only Jordan and Olajuwon have also accomplished that. They host the Sixers on Thursday, who waived Montrezl Harrell 3 days before the season opener against the Bucks. They said he underwent surgery in August to repair a torn ACL and meniscus tear in his right knee. They're continuing to be supportive. He hopes to return sometime at the All-Star break. He's only 29. Signed to a 1-year, $2.8 million, $89 million deal in July. He was the 6th man of the year with the Clippers in 2019, 2020. I guess we'll see how that goes. And you got a lot of extensions. So in the rookie extensions, 14 players signed new deals. So they ranked them in the Athletic. Anthony Edwards could go up to 260. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, he's the LaMelo Ball, 217 over 5 years up to 260. Had the same ceiling. They can't lose him. Halliburton, 217 over 5 years up to 260 for in the Pacers. That's another guy. Onyeka Okongwu for Atlanta got $62 million over 4 years. Yeah, he can command up to $100 million. They got him for less. Desmond Bane got 5 years, 197. Could be pushing 207. That's a guy they have to keep. Zeke Naji for Denver, $32 million over 4 years. And they said he's an opportunity to contribute. He can easily make this contract look like a bad decision by his agent. They said he can play. Jaden McDaniels got $135 million over 5 years with the T-Wolves. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Devin Vassell for San Antonio, $135 million over 5 years. 3-and-D wing with Wemby could work out. Josh Green got $1 million over 3 years. We'll see how that works out with Dallas. Isaiah Stewart, I saw that $64 million for 4 years. For if you can hit the jumper, that's good for Detroit. Danny Avdija, $55 million over 4 years. How much they said because of this video? What video? Oh, is this an old video of him? Oh, so he didn't score in that play, and they're making fun there. Okay, I thought it was an actual shot. Peyton Pritchard, $30 million over 4 years. Yeah. Committed 4 years to a $30 million to a backup point guard. Cole Anthony, $39 million in 3 years. Yeah, he's not a starter. And Aaron Nesmith, Indiana, got $33 million over 3 years. They said he had a good preseason. You don't know. And Che Flores is the first out non-binary trans referee. Congrats. They worked 35 games last season. Best of luck. Yeah. Best of luck. Yeah, so all this stuff. Nuggets, we'll see what happens. Klay Thompson's supposedly going to hit free agency after the season. Michael Porter Jr. is going to play. He's been injured. He's supposedly going to play opening day. We'll see how that goes. They said Julian Strother, who played at Gonzaga last year, 3 years at Gonzaga, they said he could be a guy who could really help the team out this season. We're going to see what happens on that front. Oh, and I love this. A reporter asked Precious Achua if you think you can be one of the best defensive players. He goes, I know I am one of the best defensive players. I don't think the numbers say otherwise if you go look at them. Yeah, Josh Bloomberg, thanks for that. And Iguodala and Austin Rivers are joining former Knicks general manager Scott Perry on ESPN as analysts. Becky Hammond's going to be an NBA studio analyst for the season. I like that. And Connecticut Sun coach Stephanie White will also serve as an NBA analyst. All right. Austin Rivers played 11 years. Might work some games with his own dad. Iguodala just retired. Won 4 rings. Finals MVP. And this was interesting. A true rookie making the All-Star team. The last rookie to make it was Blake Griffin in 2011, but he was in his second season. He missed his whole rookie campaign. The fresh from the draft rookie hasn't made a squad since Yao Ming was voted an All-Star in 2003. The squad. Now, it's 13 points that year, but they said he probably didn't do years. The last time a just drafted rookie both made the All-Star team and had numbers that truly warranted his inclusion would be Tim Duncan in 1998. So maybe now Wemby. And Shaq wants to partner up with nobody. He wants to own an NBA franchise. He'd like to do it in Vegas, and he doesn't want LeBron's help. FanDuel TV, I was like, okay. Lou Williams in season 2, I was like, okay. Baycott made the preseason All-American team with Zach Edney, unanimous selection, Tyler Kolek of Marquette, Hunter Dickinson of Kansas, and Kyle Filipowski of Duke. Double machine. Caitlin Clark, she announced she is joining the Excel Sports Management family. Alan Zucker and Erin Kane will jointly represent the Hawks sharpshooter. Good for her. And how about this? Hoya's women's basketball coach, Tasha Butts, died after a 2-year battle with breast cancer. She just got hired in April. She was an assistant for several programs before that, most recently Georgia Tech from 2019 to 2023. She also worked at LSU, UCLA, and Duquesne. She played for Pat Summitt at Tennessee 2000 through 2004, 4 regular season SEC championships, and they went to 2 championship games, national title games in 2003, 2004. She was drafted by the Lynx. She played for 3 different WNBA teams, 2004 to 2006. They named assistant Darnell Haney interim head coach last month when Butt stepped away. I mean, god damn. She was, I think, 41 years old, man. And that's young. That's way too young. I saw that. I was like, ugh. And the hottest teams in the NHL right now are Vegas, Boston, Colorado, all undefeated. Vegas 6-0, Boston and Colorado 5-0, Detroit 5-1, and Dallas 3-0-1. I talked about Travis Dermott. Now they're going to let him have the tape on his sticks. And he had said something really cool. He said that athletes, we have such a great platform to spread love. And I think if we're not spreading that love, then what the hell are we doing? I agree. And what did Candace Parker said, gave her Aces squad flowers. She said, we've been ready, so we don't have to get ready. The WNBA championship is home. And I saw the 2023 MLS Atlanta average over 47,000. The Red Bulls not in the top 10. But 47,000 Atlanta, man. 36 in Charlotte, 32 in Seattle. It's nice. And then the rest were over 20. Francis Ngannou says he expects to weigh 270 on Friday for the weigh-in against Tyson Fury. And Tom Brady, Jason Tatum, Aaron Judge kick off new partnership between Fanatics and Make-A-Wish. I like that. Neymar Jr., Nick Bosa, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander stripped down for new Skims launch with Kim Kardashian. Congrats to you. Let me see that I missed anything else. Yeah, so I sent something to Rhonda. She goes, dang, I'd like that body. I said, dang, do it. All right, Bergen Community College wants keep me posted on Gavante Davis is back in the gym. LeBron revenge on Nuggets ring night? No, not going to happen. All right. Pats release Malik Cunningham. They just put an active roster for the Pats. And Damian Lewis said, this is the best situation for me, being where I'm at. Okay. Yeah. All right. So did I miss anything else? GM's Cruise loses its self-driving license in San Francisco after a drug. Nice going. Oh. GM's Cruise loses its self-driving license in San Francisco after a drug. Nice going. Oh. Yeah, crazy. All right. Did I miss anything else today? Let's see if we did. Melvin leaving Padres to manage Giants. Philly same lineup for Game 7. Jones leaves Lions. Tended personal matters. Prime opines on sign stealing. Still got to stop it. Yeah, that's what I say. Bud Light rejoins UFC on record deal. Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with Prime that even if the signs, he said, I don't know how accurate that stuff is. He says, I mean, everybody's trying to get an edge. Everybody's trying to get an edge wherever they can. You can have someone's whole game plan. They can mail it to you. You still got to stop it. That's what I mean, come on. Really? You think that was enough? I mean, yeah, Prime puts it the best. All right. Let me get to some trivia questions because I've been talking my little tush off. All right. So let's get to trivia questions. Oh my God, dude. Can we just get to some trivia questions, please? What is going on here? Yeah, thank you. All right. Last show's trivia question was how do you say his name? I want to say his name right. Eudolis Garcia is the first player ever to do what? 4+ strikeouts and 4+ RBIs in a postseason game. Hey, Aaron has joined us. Yeah, Aaron, how you doing, dude? What's going on? And no walks in 49 postseason plate appearances, which is kind of crazy. All right, so I saw that and I was like, but did he get any walks? Yes. What's up? What's up, Aaron? What's up? So in his last FBS team to average less than 300 yards per game and win 10 games within a single season. So last FBS team to average less than 300 yards per game and win 10 games within a single season. What's up? Did you want to talk about something? Because if you do, you got to tell me. I got to put you on. I got to take you off here and put you on with me. So you got to tell me right now. You want to come on? We can talk whatever. You want to talk Jets? You want to talk Yankees? You want to talk anything? Bring it on. But I got to switch you. All right. Let me see. I'll see if he wants to come on. But I've got to see. So if not, I got to go. All right. Let me see. Aaron, you want to come on? You want to come on? Let's see if he says yes. All right. And if you might be driving, and that's the thing too. If he's driving, I can't really, but we can try and it's a journey. Oh, all right. So hold on. All right. So we got to here. And now, okay. Share. Okay, JD. Talking sports number 1390. Okay, it's good. All right, let's see. All right, let me get this off. All right, we're going to start all over again.